it out.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Check.
All right, loud and clear.
Alrighty.
Rotating beacon on. We'll throw nav lights on. And 123.9er.
Use. Landing and departing runway 10 left, 10 right. Notices to airmen. The intersection of Foxtrot, Kilo, and Juliet is restricted to aircraft with wingspan 79 feet or less. ILS runway 28 right not available. Advise on initial contact. You have information Kilo. Boise Air Terminal arrival / departure information Kilo 2153 Zulu. Wind 130 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 8. Dew point -11. Altimeter 3019er. Visual approach is in use. Landing and departing runway 10 left, 10 right. Notices to airmen. The intersection of Foxtrot.
Actually, one. So we're going to be VFR to Weezer?
Sure.
Okay.
Or you can give them a direction VFR departure to the northwest.
Roger. Boise clearance, Cessna 61870 VFR to the northwest with information Kilo.
Cessna 61870, Boise clearance. Departure frequency 126.9er. Squawk 0344.
126.9er, squawk 0344870.
Cessna 870, read back correct. Have a good flight.
And you said we're going to add it to the end of our run-up where we call flight service.
Yeah.
Roger. Boise ground, Cessna 61870 at the North Shade hangar, ready to taxi with clearance and information Kilo need run-up.
Cessna 61870, Boise ground, runway 10 left, taxi via Alpha D, run up in front of Firehawk. Let me know when you're done with the run-up.
10 left via Alpha, run up in front of Firehawk, notify run up complete 870.
That's Andy.
It is Andy. I got brakes.
Ground Sky 6378 is off at Charlie, going to...
I don't have a latch to seat, but
6378, Boise ground, taxi
I'll catch
parking
you.
via Alpha.
Alright, good.
Alpha parking 60.
If it slides all the way back, just push me back up where I belong.
And there's the little 2-8 Golf.
What a great little plane. It flew good this morning.
Good. I'll quit being a Grinch. I'll quit complaining about her. She kept me alive.
Yeah. So this being a little bit heavier this time than usual, you may notice the difference. Like you noticed when I got out of the airplane.
Yeah.
It did everything faster, right?
Well, and
Now
even
heavier, so
2-8 Golf, by myself, that thing jumps off the ground.
yeah. Our acceleration will be a little slower. Our rotation and climb out will be a little bit slower.
Roger.
Not huge, but it's enough.
Right. You got your 4 flight all dialed in back there?
Oh, no.
Boise ground, Cherokee 6817, Juliet is clear 10
Cabin doors
right
closed and
on
latched.
Foxtrot, ready to taxi New City hangars.
Flight controls.
17 Juliet, Boise ground, taxi to parking
Free
via
and
Foxtrot
clear.
and Juliet.
Foxtrot, Juliet to
Trim
parking.
takeoff
17
setting.
Juliet.
Throttle 1700. Green and green. 5.4. Primer in and locked. Set. One 10. 10 and 3019er. Going. 9er. What are you doing?
I'm zooming in way close so you can't see anything on that thing.
Okay.
Because we're doing this old school, no GPS.
Roger. All right, so we've got instruments set, radios 126.9er and 118.1. Transponder 3044, or 0344 rather. Need to update the checklist. And flaps good. So we're not doing anything with VOR, right? We're just...
No, on the way back in from Homedale, by all means use the VOR. In fact, on our way to Emmett, yeah, you can use the VOR. We're just not going to use GPS.
Roger. Okay.
So if you want to dial in our anticipated heading, the radial outbound.
113.3, and that are going to be a challenge to figure out what's the best way to have these. 320. This is nav 2.
Right. .320, that was our true course, wasn't it? VORs are magnetic.
304.
There you go.
Primarily, I'm logging stuff here, right?
Yeah, what we're going to do is as soon as we get cleared for takeoff, glance at your watch and write that time off right here.
Okay.
Now we have estimated time en route. We've wrote all those down. But beneath those, we can write our actual time en route. However many minutes it takes us from here to get to here, you write that time in right there. So we have our estimated time that we're going to arrive and the actual time that we arrive.
So we're going to take our time, add that to it, and put that there?
Well, sort of. Our time off, we're going to put that there. And we know we're estimating 8 minutes. So let's say we take off at 1600. We're estimating 1608. And then when we actually get there, we can write the actual time, and then we get the estimated time and stuff. And then you can use that to calculate, your actual ground speed.
Roger.
Takes a little practice.
All right. So now we're going to call flight service because our run-up's complete.
Right. Do you remember the frequency?
No.
Okay, you got your VFR sectional chart there?
Is it the Unicom?
Nope. Get your sectional chart.
Okay.
Find the Boise VOR, the text box for it, and it gives us 2 different frequencies. You can use either one of those 2 frequencies you want.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And what are we saying?
Okay, we're calling Boise Radio. That's who we're calling. So Boise Radio, Cessna 61870, transmitting, receiving 122.2.
Okay.
That's all you got to say. And then when he answers, then you could just tell him,
we would like to open our flight plan.
We'd like to open our VFR flight plan to Boise.
To Weezer.
To Boise. We
Boise.
filed our flight plan all the way to Boise.
Roger. All right. So Boise Radio, Cessna 61870, transmitting and receiving on 122.2.
Right.
All right. Boise Radio, Cessna 61870, transmitting and receiving on 122.2.
Cessna 61870, Boise Radio.
We'd like to open our flight plan VFR to Boise, Cessna 870.
Cessna 61870, roger, flight plans activated. We have no weather advisories in effect for your route, and no critical NOTAMs. We do have a runway closure for tomorrow morning at Boise Airport, and details on request. Contact Flight Watch for weather updates. Pilot reports are requested. Over.
Roger, 870. Roger, 870. Okay, now we're going back to ground. And
Okay, so that was easy enough to do. Now we just got to remember to call them when we're done, too.
right,
So they don't launch
close
search and rescue for us.
Close our flight plan.
Right.
Roger. Boise ground, Cessna 870, run up complete.
Cessna 870, runway 10 left, taxi being Alpha and Whiskey.
10 left, the Alpha Whiskey 870.
And ground, it's 900 Delta Whiskey, Weston with Kilo, ready to taxi, runway 10 right.
Yeah, when you call the flight service center, you got to tell them
Boise ground.
the frequency you're on, because this one guy, and he's actually not even in the state of Idaho. He's down in like Phoenix, Arizona.
Right,
That guy? Yeah. Wow, you just talked to. And
Okay,
he's
very
sitting
good.
in this room, and he's looking at this entire bank of radios.
Got it.
And if you don't tell him which frequency you're on, he doesn't know how to talk back. He doesn't know which one to answer, right? Now, he's got a master button
Short of 10 right.
that he can just transmit on all his radios all at once.
900 Delta
To
Whiskey.
tell you,
But
let him know.
Yeah, your wingspan's
Yeah.
too wide to go down to that closure down there.
Okay, very good.
Not going to let me open my fresh air vent.
I'll get you some fresh air.
You've got a fresh air vent right here, too, and
Nice.
over here. If you need to open it and get some air blowing.
Thank you.
Proceed on to runway 10 right, make a right turn, and taxi eastbound, left turn at Gulf, hold short of runway 10 left.
Okay, Bravo, we're on the runway going eastbound to Gulf. Is that correct? To make a left turn on Gulf?
Falcon 0 Delta Whiskey, let's change it to,
Dale,
we'll just
about to
back
have
taxi
a
you
runway
down the
incursion.
runway, you can turn around at the end. Make
Juliet
a left turn
pointed
onto
that
runway
way.
10 right, and
Yeah,
back taxi
10 left
westbound.
via Alpha Whiskey was our instruction, right?
Okay,
No,
left
Alpha
turn
Juliet.
and westbound on
No, he said
runway
Alpha
10
Whiskey.
right, and
10
back
left
taxi for
via Alpha Whiskey.
900 Delta Whiskey.
Falcon 0 Delta Whiskey, once you're on the runway, monitor tower, 118.1.
If you cross that line,
On the
Be a
runway,
runway
on the
incursion.
tower, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, 18-1.
But I swear he said Alpha Juliet.
He said
No.
Alpha Whiskey.
Oh, all right, I'm hearing things. Well, that's why you're here to save me.
but see, the end of 10 left is right here. Juliet doesn't even go to 10 left.
All right, that's exactly what I had in my head. And contact tower, because
Yep, go to tower.
Andy didn't give us anything, so transmit on 1. And nobody's on final. Boise Tower, Cessna 870, holding short of 10 left, ready for takeoff.
Cessna 61870, Boise Tower, runway 10 left, line up and wait.
10 left, line up and wait, 870.
78 Romeo Mike, turn left, contact ground 121.7.
Alright, left on Echo over to ground, 8 Romeo Mike.
Cessna 870, caution wake turbulence, Falcon Jet will be departing the south runway straight out, left turn on course approved, wind 10010, runway 10 left, clear for takeoff.
10 left, clear for takeoff, 870.
Falcon 900 Delta
Just
Whiskey,
get your
Boise
time
Tower,
off.
you ready for departure?
That's what you watch.
Ready for departure, sir.
You can write it down
Falcon
later.
900
Just
Delta
okay,
Whiskey,
1627.
runway 10 right, full length, clear for takeoff, wind 10010.
Very good, full length, clear to go, 900 Delta Whiskey. Thank you.
Get a little nose down trim. Our center of gravity's a little farther aft, so you
Sure.
get that little more forward trim.
Cessna 870, left turn on course approved.
Left turn on course approved, 870. And we still wait till we get to 3500, right?
Yeah. Standard departure.
This one's our volume, or this
Yep.
one?
Top one.
Falcon 0 Delta Whiskey, contact departure, good day.
There's that.
Have a good day and an
Let's
Easter.
turn
Good
off
day,
away
sir.
before we get
900
into this
Delta
wing
Whiskey.
turbulence. What'd you do?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. What'd you do?
Cessna 870, contact departure, good day.
Going to departure, 870.
Delta Whiskey 3.
It's acting up again, this radio.
I feel like I bumped that.
Oh, there you go.
Maybe that's the same thing that happened the other day.
Might have been.
Boise departure, Cessna 61870 with you climbing through 3,700.
Cessna 61870, Boise departure, radar contact.
Okay, now things are settling down a little bit. Get on course, cruising along, and let's go to your nav log, write down that time off.
1627.
Yep. Usually I don't worry about the hour, I'll just write the minutes.
Okay.
Time off at 27 minutes. So, estimated time en route, 8 minutes. So add 8 to 27.
So about 35.3.
So, yeah, just 30, call it 35. Now just be ready when we get to the top of the climb. Make note of the time.
Roger.
And what I like to do when I'm climbing for cross country is about every 1,000 feet or so, I'll go ahead and start leaning the mixture just a little bit.
Roger. So, let's see here.
Yeah, just pull it out just a little bit. There's no magic to it, just a little bit. That's good. The magic happens when you level off and you do that final adjustment.
Kilo is the current information. Squawk 0346. Falcon 0 Delta Whiskey, contact Salt Lake Center 118.05. Good day.
1805, Salt Lake, Delta Whiskey. Have a good day.
And flight 712, contact Salt Lake Center 118.05. Have a good flight.
We're going to turn a little bit to the right, which I already have, to intercept the 304 radial.
Okay. Cessna 03 Bravo's radar contact 18 miles east southeast of the Boise Airport. Enter a right downwind, runway 10 left.
A little bumpier than I thought I was going to be.
Yeah. Acting like summertime, but feels like winter.
Yeah, pretty cold out.
Well, it's been another 1,000 feet. Let's lean that out just a little bit again. Go. Hopefully we get a little bit higher, it'll smooth out.
Yeah.
Now it's getting cold. Touch your hair, man. I shouldn't have took my jacket off.
You want it back?
Nah, I'm good. Probably crashed the plane trying to put it on.
Nah.
Where would you land if we had an engine failure right now?
Oh, goodness. Where's Nampa? Nampa's still a ways out there.
Yeah, a little ways in Nampa.
Well, I would probably try to turn around and head back for Boise.
That'd be tight.
Yeah, or maybe head out there. That's the most, in this area, that seems to be the most sparsely populated area.
There you go. That's a good line of thinking.
There's also some sparsely populated area up there off to the left, which would prevent us from having to make that turn.
Yeah. Currently northwest about 16 miles at 6,600.
There's several fields to choose from, as long as you can set up to put it down in one of the fields.
Yeah.
Boise approach. Squawk to 0.
Might not be pretty for us, but at least we're not
washing other people, right?
347, 1 Golf Victor.
Boise altimeter now 3017. Cessna 1 Golf Victor. Where do you park?
There's our altitude. Flew right through it.
Just a little bit.
So we're going to come back down real quick. That acceleration. Bring it back to 2400, and the time is 16:35.
Wow. Exactly what we said, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so our actual time. Okay, so how long to our next waypoint?
6.5 minutes, so that's going to put us at 42.
Okay, so write that down as our estimated.
Yep.
All right, and what is our next waypoint?
Golf Victor, I'm not picking up your transponder. Are you about
Emmett.
4 miles northwest?
Okay, well, let me know when we're at Emmett.
Southbound.
Okay, what was our power setting we were going to use for our flight?
2400.
Okay.
I'm not showing any transponder at all. And Cessna 1 Golf Victor, you are radar contact 15 miles
And let's
north
make that final
northwest of
mixture
Boise
adjustment.
Airport. Center a left base, runway 10 left.
Left base, runway 10 left, 1 Golf Victor.
Cessna 1 Golf Victor, heavy transponder now, say altitude.
At 6,700.
Again, I'm going to intercept that.
Now you should have your
Radio?
sectional chart out and ready.
Okay.
And be kind of keeping track of our position with your finger.
Roger.
You're looking outside, finding landmarks and waypoints, and
change approved. Have a good flight.
you know, doesn't have to be anything close. I mean, there's Lake Lowell. That gives us a really good idea where we're at.
Right.
All right, Firebird Raceway is a good waypoint.
Yeah.
So if you look, it's right over our nose. See that way down there? That's Firebird Raceway right there.
Oh, got it, yeah. I used to go play out there when I was a kid in high school. So we're right over Eagle right now. There's the high school. So we've got a house that's roughly right out there. That's an investment property.
Yeah?
Did you ever call my wife back?
Nope.
You might want to talk to her.
Yeah, I was surprised at how high the valuation was.
Traffic 12 moving to 1130, 4.5 miles southbound, right over Firebird Raceway, indicating 4,400.
We'll be looking for traffic 870. So we have a little game that we're going to play that I heard from, I don't know where. So if the passenger spots the plane before the pilot, then they get a buck.
And if the pilot spots it?
Nothing. That's your job.
Is it my job to call out altitude deviations greater than 200 feet too?
Well, I was looking for traffic, so not an excuse. It's just the reason.
All right. So yeah, I was a little surprised at how high the number was you came up with.
Our market has made some significant changes just in the last 3
Traffic
to
Insight,
6 months.
you owe me a buck.
No.
Traffic, no factor.
Traffic Insight 870.
I saw it before he said no factor. You owe me a buck.
No, you don't count as a passenger.
Now wait a minute, you can't just start changing the rules now.
Oh.
Contact tower 118.1. Good day.
So anyways, yeah, I mean, I knew the market like in Boise and stuff was picking up, but All those houses still sitting there empty on my street. It's been kind of discouraging.
Yeah, when I looked, I mean, it's definitely a guesstimation on my part without seeing it and seeing the actual competition, but
Yeah.
the sold comps are okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy just to break even. I mean, I kind of knew that going in buying it, you know, that if I broke even, then it's no different than having rented for all those years.
Yeah. Are you going to want to use your VA to buy in Boise again?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure what my plans are going to be.
Okay. Yeah, it would be worth looking. Their rates have actually stayed pretty competitive with conventional,
Yeah.
even though conventional's been so low. So that would be worth chatting with the lender about.
Right. I used VA for my last loan.
And we're right over Firebird.
Okay. That's good. Do you know where we're at?
I swear, I do not know.
Forget how to use the trim?
Huh?
Forget how to use the trim?
No, I tried to use it, and then, so I set my power, then I used the yoke to stop the needle from moving, and then I tried to trim off the pressure.
Well, we got a lot of up and down drafts today, a lot of bumps. So it'll be more work. It always is.
I'm setting it at 2400 and I'm locking the ring, and then it changes.
Well, as the plane accelerates or decelerates, it affects that RPM.
All right. So 2400, we're at our altitude. We're starting to trend downward, so I'm going to pitch up just a little bit. Roll down a little bit on the trim. We need to come to over a little bit because I've been getting off my heading. And again, so off to your right, you have the lovely town of Emmett. Woohoo! And we're not quite over it yet, so I'm not going to mark my time, but so we've got 1441, and I'm going to say the middle is going to be 1442, so 42.
Well, were you using the town or were you using the airport itself?
Probably the airport, I would imagine, because that's what we were looking at, and the airport is on this side. So we're going to overfly it, but I can't see it, so let's come over here a little bit. You see the airport over there on your side? Anyone?
Who are you asking? Oh, anyone?
Anyone? Anyone can answer.
Yeah, you got the nose pointed right at it. It's right there.
Got it. All right, so 42 it is.
Well, to be precise with those times, wait until you're exactly abeam it.
Okay.
You know, like use the struts. As soon as your waypoint, whatever it is, regardless of which side it passes on.
Okay, so
wait
but
till
I'm
your
not going to
strut
see it, right?
Touches it.
So I'm going to rely on you guys to tell me.
You can see it if you want.
Yeah.
It?
Oh, there we are. All right.
Yeah, that was no big deal. Now just get back on your course.
Now we still need to just snug that way a little bit anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're at 43 because Dave was distracting me. So, oops, 43. So the next one's going to be 51.
Are we still on track with our times?
No, we fell behind a minute. Well, roughly. I mean, the seconds may sort it all out.
Yeah. Okay.
So we are right here, and our next waypoint is when we start.
70 radar service terminated. Squawk VFR frequency change approved. Good day.
Squawk VFR frequency change approved 870. And now we have just entered the Wild Wild West.
Yep.
Now we're really wanting to look for traffic.
And what is our next waypoint?
That's when we initiate our descent, and we don't have a we don't really have a visual.
Well, look at your map then, and let's try to.
So, I'm thinking that your little mark that you put there was the mark.
That's it, yeah.
So, basically, it's where the water splits. So, to get on our course, and this is helpful, we want the water to be on the left side of the plane. And which makes sense because of the needles deflected to the right, so we're not really on course. We're probably a couple miles to the left of our course.
Okay.
And that body of water is going to split up there, and so where the split is when we're going to initiate our descent into Weezer.
All right.
Some other landmarks. That might be a little bit more challenging to see anything in the distance, like New Plymouth or Fruitland.
Notice we're kind of, our course is paralleling the road and the railroad tracks and everything.
Right.
You got those out there?
St. Louis 1, Boise departure, radar contact.
Because those will be a tremendous aid in navigation.
That's another, so that's when the railroad splits. So if this is, that's not railroad though. That's a freeway.
Yeah, they kind of parallel each other.
And the freeway's hugging the, there's the train tracks. So when the train track curves to the left, when the train track curves to the left, the water should be splitting to the right, so that's kind of our indicator that we'll initiate our descent.
Okay. Can you see that out there where you're talking about?
Yeah, well, I see the road, so there's the train tracks right next to it. I think the train track splits off from the road right there and goes to the left a little bit later than the road does. But when we get closer, we'll be able to identify where it does that.
All right. Now that town right there, that is New Plymouth right there, right?
Just right off to the left? Seems like it'd be farther than that.
No, it's really not.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's... Wait a minute. There's the train tracks. Yeah, the train actually curves to New Plymouth.
So it's just as soon as we're abeam New Plymouth.
Roger. Okay, that works.
All right. Now let's check your altitude. Let's get back up to 6.5, and then we'll get that E6B out, and we'll calculate our true airspeed.
All right.
Okay, so to calculate our true airspeed, first we have to figure out our pressure altitude. So
Okay,
make
so
a note of what we have it set to right now. So you remember what to turn it back to.
3019.
Okay.
So now we're going to go 2992. Okay.
Okay, so there's our pressure altitude, 6,200.
6,200.
Okay, so go ahead and turn it back. Okay, get your E6B out. Okay, so now in that window, we're going to set temperature. Should we get that over here? Looks like it's about -5.
So -5 over...
Actually, that's probably -2.
-2 over 6,200?
Yeah.
St. Luke's 1, I'll lose you on radar shortly. Radar service terminated. Change to advisory frequency approved.
Okay.
I think I got that.
And so now what are we indicating?
We're indicating 6,500.
No, what are we in airspeed wise?
Oh, airspeed, about 108, about
Okay.
110, well, 110.
So read true airspeed over indicated airspeed. So find 108 on the B scale.
On the B scale, 108. Okay, so it's about that's 100, 108.
And read our true airspeed right above it.
Yeah, about 120.
All right, what do you know?
We said 119.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. That's good to know. All right. Make sure you're keeping track of where we're at here.
Yep, so there's the train tracks. They're starting to depart off to the left towards New Plymouth, but we're not a beam New Plymouth yet. How you doing back there?
I'm good.
Now that we're out away from Boise, you have lots of options if we had an engine failure, right?
Right, yeah.
Put it down just about anywhere. I'd probably shoot for closer to town-ish just to reduce the hike.
Right.
But watch out for those plowed fields.
And from where we are right now, there's really no airports. Maybe Payette, but that's probably a stretch.
Yeah, that'd be tough to reach.
So
it'd be a good choice for a precautionary landing if we had a problem, but we hadn't lost all power yet.
Right. Yeah, we'd be all right though. We could head over towards New Plymouth,
yep,
and find a field.
Well, we're gonna call that waypoint.
Yep. So 451. So 51.
Man, amazing.
So that's going to put us at about 56 for our next one, and so now we're going to bring power back to about 2200.
Well, we want to keep the same indicated airspeed. We just want to decrease power to get that 500 foot per minute descent.
Okay.
That's what we planned on.
So about
there you go. Just whatever it takes to establish that 500 foot per minute descent.
These bumps aren't helping.
No.
So when you're flirting around the edge of the bottom of the green arc, do you put carb heat on just in case?
I would not here anyways.
Okay.
Okay, well, what's some other waypoints we could be looking for?
We can be looking for the Payette Airport off our left. And at this point, we're going to be looking at about 11 o'clock.
That'd be true if maybe we were right on course, but are we right on course?
No, we're actually over it, so it's probably going to be right off our nose.
Maintain 7,000.
Well, look where it's at in relation to the town. You can see the town right there.
Okay.
So
it's actually
visual approach 10 left or
right
right.
there.
Your choice.
There it is.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, so it's off our right to a little
Okay,
bit.
so we need to make a correction to our heading, don't we?
Yeah, we're about here, so we'll intercept our radial. So let's come over here a little bit.
Let's start looking for some landmark features because our next waypoint's Weezer. So let's start looking at landmark features there on the map, things that are going to help us find Weezer.
So we've got the water, which is helpful. The water's coming up, and 05. It's right after that bend in the water, right up in front of us.
Which side of the river is it going to be on?
It's going to be on the right side, so the northeast side of the river.
Okay.
And comes back. So it's actually right off our nose about there.
Okay.
And we're actually landing, right?
248, continue descent, pilot's discretion maintained.
So it's at 212, so our traffic pattern now, our EPA is 3100.
Okay.
We still need to come down a little bit faster.
What's our runway length?
Boise pressurizing 363, 4,500, climbing 12,000.
Horizon Air 3.
Our runway length
Boise
is...
radar contact, leaving 7,000, turn left, resume navigation, direct Pendleton.
4,000.
Okay.
Okay, we have the train itself. We can take a VFR climb.
You have the runway headings?
363 to Pendleton.
Ride 363 at pilot's discretion, turn left, resume navigation for Pendleton, climb VFR through 8,000.
VFR through 8,000, our discretion, left turn direct to Pendleton, horizon 363.
No.
Boise Airport information, Lima's current.
That's
Boise altimeter 3017.
Good question.
Wind 150
What do we got?
at 10.
1, 2, and 3, 0.
1, 2, and 3, 0.
Southwest 248, traffic 11 o'clock, 8 miles southbound VFR, altitude
And
indicates 5,000 in a slow descent.
we don't have weather
Nope.
available. So let's switch over to listen to these guys. Anybody's flying out here. So I've got the runway in sight.
Good.
What do you got here?
That?
So that smokestack over there to the right's blowing towards us. So I'm going to guess that 30 is going to be our runway. Right? Sound good to you? That smoke out there in the...
Yeah, it looks like it's straight up. It's probably dealer's choice.
All right.
But that's where we need to look at the airport facility directory and see if there's a calm wind runway designated, which Weezer does not have one.
Roger.
We can land either way.
Okay, so we're going to call... and it's left traffic?
Yeah.
All right, well, since it's either way, let's take the other way so we can just join the downwind. So we'll be joining left downwind for 12 Weezer.
Okay.
Yep. And we are... How far out?
Hey, you just got to take a wag.
Say 5 miles.
Okay.
And we are to the south. Weezer traffic, Cessna 870, 5 miles to the south. Inbound will join the downwind for 12 Weezer.
I got turn blue. We're over the water.
We said, again, 2120, so we're looking at 3200, which I think I did 3100 for our TPA. Yeah, we're good there.
And just like when we were climbing, we gradually kind of enriched or leaned the mixture. As we descend, we want to gradually, just a little bit, or enriching it. Kept saying it backwards.
And are we doing a full stop?
Yep.
Roger.
Full stop, taxi back, give you enough time to reconfigure your charts and get your nav log set.
So, if you look off to the nose, you'll have the lovely town of Weezer.
Off to the nose.
Off to the nose. That'll be the title of this video. Is your ForeFlight working?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time did we say we'd get to Weezer? You're on your last nav log there.
56 and we're at 58.
Yeah. Now don't join the traffic pattern while you're still descending.
Roger.
If we're not to altitude yet, you gotta circle around or do something different. Could make another radio call that we're circling to the north.
Weezer traffic, Cessna 870, circling to the north, and we'll be joining the downwind for 1-2 Weezer.
There you go, that worked out better.
I did. Okay. So we'll cut it back to 2100. We're going to pitch for 90. Weezer traffic, Cessna 870, joining the downwind for 1-2 Weezer. All right. We're a little tight, so out this way. And that windsock's actually going the other direction. So we should be landing 30.
That ain't by much.
Roger. Okay.
Actually, it looks like it's a variable. Looks like it's swung around.
Okay. So carb heat on. Power to 1500. 1001, 1002, 1003.
Looking at that smoke right there, that looks like favors 1-2.
Agreed. And we're looking for 80.
We've climbed 100 feet.
Yeah. So we'll just extend our downwind a little bit, get a little bit more flaps in there. There's 80, and I think we're okay. Oh, bumpier than really I expected. 1001, 1002, 1003. Looking for 70. It looks like there's, oh no, optical illusion. Get the rest of the flaps in there, and we'll be looking for about 65.
Could be a sinker over the waters.
Roger.
Prepared.
There it is. And now we got some lift back. Yeah, that was a long landing, but we'll be okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty high approach.
We'll only count one of those.
All right.
Flaps up.
One
Lead
approach
off.
and 2 landings?
Yep. Not intentional. Try to keep all my junk from falling off my lap. And I didn't do a very good job about my radio calls in the pattern.
No, I think you're just preoccupied with it all being new and different.
Weezer traffic, Cessna 870, clear of runway 12, Weezer.
What time do we actually get here?
05.
It was about 10 minutes long.
05.
Normally that's what I do, is I just kind of fudge 10 minutes for maneuvering to land, that sort of thing, just
Roger.
just for planning purposes.
Okay.
Is that precipitation dripping out the left? Where, whatever this little, oh, it's your pitot tube.
That's
no, it's
gas.
That's
Oh.
fuel.
Yeah, we got a fuel leak out of it. Well, let's
It's
keep
prob-
going.
well-
It'll be fine.
Probably from banking, right?
Yeah.
Get some sloshing around in the tank and just a little bit.
You get that a lot when you have topped off full tanks, especially in the summertime when it's hot, because the fuel expands.
Yeah. Okay, so that's Weezer Homedale.
So you got your charts and everything already?
My chart's good.
Navlog.
I need to look at, yeah.
Let's just hold position here
Yep.
until you get all set.
Yep. So 506, so I'm going to say, or 7 now, so I'm going to say 08 on the takeoff and 178 on the heading. No, negative, not 178 on the heading. Well, maybe 178 on 163. Roger.
Okay, well, let's check your heading indicator, kind of run through this stuff again.
70.
You could set your bug to your on-course heading.
Yeah, so we
Reminder.
said 163. So 163. Okay. And coming down here. I'm actually all right.
Okay.
Ready?
Whenever you're ready.
And it looks good. Weezer traffic, Cessna 870, taking run 12, and we'll be departing to the south. Weezer.
Want to try a soft field takeoff?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Else, do you want to try a soft field takeoff?
I don't know what that means, but sure.
I'll help you with the flaps here. Get 10 flaps.
Got some good flaps?
Yep, flaps are set.
Roger, here we go. Come on.
Wow.
There's 80.
Good job. So when we get to Homedale, we got to be thinking short field landing.
Roger.
So if we float down half the runway like we did here,
Go around.
Yeah, we're going to have to go around, try it again.
Roger.
Weezer traffic, Cessna 870, departing the traffic pattern to the south. Weezer.
So we're actually so our first landmark is going to be Ontario, and we're expecting that at 18 minutes. So this is actual.
So how are we going to know we found Ontario?
Well, we'll keep an eye on our map.
Oh, okay.
So we're just off of Weezer, and so the next waypoint is going to be Payette, and the river. Hang on, let me get kind of the shape of the river. We're good.
Okay.
We're going the right way. And the river, for a while, is kind of going to be our guide until we run through Nissa. And then the river is going to head off to the west. We've got the Payette Airport right there. Although we were descending at 500 feet a minute. Is that what we get on glide? 80, about 500 feet a minute?
Like 7 or 8.
700 or 800 feet a minute?
Yeah. You get about 1.5 miles per 1,000 feet.
Right. Payette is 2,228, and we're at 4,500, so we've got about 2,000, so we get about 3 miles glide.
Yeah. Be close.
Yeah.
Be a good exercise in maintaining that best glide speed.
Right. Are you back there working?
Yeah. Could you tell?
Yeah, that's not fun.
Actually, it is kind of fun.
To be working in the back of a plane?
Yeah. That and I'm navigating.
Yeah, you're practicing back there with ForeFlight?
Yeah.
Got a co-pilot signed up already.
Yeah.
What airport? Is that an airport? What is that?
Yeah, that's Payette.
Ah.
So there's 5,500, so we're going to level off.
We can make Payette easily now.
Yeah. Let the plane accelerate. Then we're going to throttle back to 2,400. And we're going to roll off some of this pressure.
one more thing. What else are we gonna do?
We're gonna lean the mixture, but I'm still
Awesome.
drives me nuts. All right. So right now we're tracing just right above the water. That's pretty good. Got Payette there, airport. Yeah, we're doing real good.
One thing you can't see there because you don't have the next chart, but you can look over here and see it.
The Andy Bean.
Well, there's Payette. This, of course, is track up. So there's Payette. We passed it. So right here, that's Ontario, and there's Ontario's airport. Right there.
Nice.
Let me try to fix this now.
We can edit that part out.
All right.
And I didn't mark my time, but I would say about 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
So
What was your waypoint?
top of climb, Ontario.
Oh, okay.
So we were anticipating
So
them being about the same.
We reached the top of climb before we got to the waypoint.
Yeah, so 16, so we're ahead there. So we're expecting 23 to initiate our descent.
But as far as arriving at Ontario, though.
Arriving at Homedale, you mean?
No, you said we were going to arrive at Ontario at 18.
Well, we combined them.
Past. Yeah, I know. We topped out early, altitude-wise, but the waypoint itself, selecting Ontario, I mean, we're just now over it, so it's almost spot on.
17.
Yeah. So never mind that you leveled off earlier. You're still going to use kind of that reference waypoint that you selected.
Okay.
For approximately where you were going to level off. It was really only 1 minute early.
Ontario traffic, waypoint 74 is listed out the northeast helipad departing to the north. We'll be climbing up to 3,500 initially. Ontario traffic.
Somebody's not having a good day. Flight's taking off.
Life's here in Ontario?
Life flight. I imagine. There's several of them. There's one at Mountain Home.
We know a guy who flies for Life Flight. Well, he was out of Lewiston, but I think he goes all over.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of like a contract pilot, so he flies wherever the company needs him.
Yeah.
So I think he does Life Flight, he does firefighting, he does just whatever.
Make sure we got our power set right for 2400 because we're not getting quite the ground speed that we were before.
So we should have Fruitland off the left.
Oh, Fruitland's straight across the river from Ontario. We passed that. That's back over your shoulder.
That's a little bit to the south. So that's Fruitland right there?
Yep.
It looks tiny on the map in comparison.
Well, that yellow area they draw, that's kind of the built-up area. That's where you expect to see the lights if you're approaching at night.
Got it.
That's what the lights would look like.
Okay.
So what's this? There's a town coming up here. What's this?
Off the right?
Yeah, it looks like it's on the west side of the river.
Nissa?
All right.
That's kind of when we expected so the river departs off the chart, but it's obviously still pretty much just right there. But our next target's going to be the Parma Airport, and that's also when we're going to initiate our descent.
All this area here, this is where Michelle patrols when she does her weekend patrol shifts with Wilder.
Who?
Michelle. My old lady.
She does what?
She's a reserve patrol officer. For the Wilder Police Department.
Oh, I thought you meant somebody flying.
No, oh, no, I'm sorry, no. This is all her turf, her stomping ground.
Got it. So if we're just now getting ready to come over Nyssa, we really should be seeing the airport here off our nose.
Well, if you look at your chart there from Nyssa, you can see the power lines on the highway that kind of follow the river and then veer off to the left. And there's the railroad track anyways. The railroad track comes up following the river and then it veers off this way.
Okay.
And that railroad track takes you to Parma. So if you follow it over.
Okay, so, and I guess that makes sense. We're off our heading just a little bit, so. Right about here.
What time did we think we were going to get to Parma?
24, we're at 22.
2 minutes to go.
And yeah, I don't see it. The airport.
Well, in relation to Parma, where's the airport located? Well, it's kind of hard to say. It doesn't really show much of the town on the map.
Right.
There.
Well, with the train tracks, the runway is aligned with the train track, so.
Okay. Notice there's also this road that goes straight. Here, see how the road comes and the train tracks kind of meet?
Switch it so it's the other way around, so it's not. There you go. Okay, what am I looking at?
Okay. Here's the railroad tracks.
Yep.
And they make that bend this way.
Right.
And there's also a road over here that come down. And where that road meets the railroad tracks, and we're kind of over the road. There's the road right there.
Okay, I see the tracks.
Actually, there's the road over there.
There's the road.
And there's the tracks. So they're going to meet right at the town and just right before the airport.
Okay. So, all right, I could see that. We're supposed to be over there, so.
All right, well, let's head to it.
So I think I see the runway there on the far side of the train tracks, and it's kind of parallel to it.
Yep.
I guess the chart, it's kind of hard to tell where the runway is in relationship to the train tracks in terms of which side it's on, but
yeah. But you know it's awful darn close.
Yep.
And parallel-ish.
Yep. So we're good. Okay, so 26. And we don't have our last leg. This is when we wanted to initiate our descent, but somehow we got these numbers.
Yeah, we kind of stopped the leg early on. Well, just give it a wag. How far we've got to go?
13 miles.
Okay.
So 13 miles, 16 miles was 8 minutes. Oh, we've got the time. 7 more minutes. Well, I don't know. I've got something screwed up here. But I'm going to guess about 7 more minutes, so
okay.
33.
All right, how are we going to find the airport?
We're going to keep our eyeballs outside the plane.
Right. What kind of terrain features can we use to help us find the airport?
I'll sort that out here in a second. My pencils.
Uh-oh.
Watch. Oh, whew. Thought it was going to be dead. Okay. Homedale's right after the river. The runway. So we're heading south, so it kind of comes in from the right. We're on our right heading. The airport's pretty much right behind us, so we'll snug up a little bit over here again. 500 feet per minute. I think bug's good. We've got the town. I think that's safe to say that that's the town right up there.
Okay.
What is the runways out there?
1331.
13 and 31. And
remember the length?
Oh,
2,900 feet.
2,900 feet.
That's why we need to do a short field landing.
Right. I think is that it right there? It's hard to tell. Oh, I think I got it right there. Okay, so that smoke is blowing towards us, so we're lined up well for 1-3.
Okay.
We'll hang out this way, and I'd say we're about 8 miles.
All right.
Yeah. And our CTAF is 122.8.
0.8.
So we're already good there.
Are you sure? What's your church?
Oh
say?
no, 122.9. Homedale traffic, Cessna 61870, 6 miles to the north, inbound for runway 13, Homedale.
How are we going to join the traffic pattern?
It's left-hand traffic, right? And we're doing 13. And it's 2210, so 3200 is the traffic pattern altitude. We're going to join left downwind at a 45, so we're going to kind of come out here a little bit and then.
Okay, that sounds good.
Homedale traffic, Cessna 870, joining the downwind for 13, Homedale.
So we want to get slowed down, but we did lose some altitude there. So we'll carb heat on. Power to 1500, 1003. For 80. There's 80.
Homedale traffic, Cessna 870, turning base for 13, Homedale.
Come on. 1001, 1002, 1003. I'm gonna get some more flaps in. Aye.
Homedale traffic, Cessna 870, turning final for 13, Homedale.
Let's slow it down. 5. Now we'll go around. 1001, 1002. 1001, 1002.
Track the runway.
1001, 1002. There's 80. And there's all the flaps. Climb at 80. .35 was when we got here.
Homedale traffic, Cessna 870, turning crosswind for runway 12, Homedale. Correction, 13, Homedale. Homedale traffic, Cessna 870, turning downwind for runway 13, Homedale. Toss it in the back. We throw that in the back, please. Little high, again. Carb heat on. Power to 1500, 1001, 1002, 1003. flaps in. Homedale traffic, Cessna 870, turning base for 13 Homedale. 1001, 1002, 1003. $70, 1001, 1002, 1003. Homedale traffic, Cessna 870, turning final for 13 Homedale.
It's a little bit of a quartering wind from the left.
Right. All my flaps. All my flaps. Okay, so we've got the runway made.
Chop that power.
Chop the power.
Normal crosswind landing. Flaps up, maximum braking. You can get it slowed down under control pretty quick once you get...
Yeah, get the wheels on the ground.
Yep. Alright, spin around, back taxi.
Homedale traffic, Cessna 870 will be back taxi and take off 13 Homedale. And this is the Kit Fox factory.
I was just noticing that.
I'd be curious to get on Google Earth and measure what that took distance-wise.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think you use more than half the runways. It'll only be about 1,400.
Yeah.
Okay, short field takeoff.
Short field takeoff, roger.
So take advantage of as much of the runway as possible.
All right. So we got flaps up, and we'll switch our stuff here real quick. Okay, so 541, so we'll put 42. Actually, that's the issue. 42, 47 there. Okay, so
Should you give all those instruments that quick scan before you take off?
Green, green.
Yep. Windsock died. That crosswind was just for your landing.
Right, right.
I turned it off.
Nice, thanks. Oh.
Alright, let's get there. 69. There you go. Alright, looks like we've cleared the trees.
Obstacles cleared. Climbing at 80. And we're looking for heading 97. Homedale traffic, Cessna 870 is upwind, departing to the east. Homedale. All right, so this time we're looking for Lake Lowell, which is, luckily for us, a massive body of water that's pretty easy to see.
Yeah.
When we were anticipating kind of being just right off the tip of it, so we'll fly that.
I noticed you said our course was going to be 097. Or
oh, 083.
Ah, there we go.
There we go, which makes sense.
Yep. Feels like the air's starting to settle down a little bit.
A little bit. The traffic pattern there was a little bumpy, but I think once we're getting up, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
How you doing temperature-wise? Good?
Comes and goes.
Yeah?
Yeah, now it's getting cold. It was getting hot.
Well, and
So I shut off that carburetor.
I'm burning up over here because
Yeah,
I got
you're
my
wearing
jacket
your
on.
coat. Oh, we'll compromise. I'll leave the cabin heat off.
And I'll leave the vent shut. There we go.
I'll let you play with the GPS now if you want. You can have that back.
Okay, so I'm going to zoom out so I can see where the hell we are. And we'll go ahead and, let's see, I want nearest, and then I'm going to hit cursor. I'm going to cycle through until I find Boise, which is just one way to do it. And there's apparently lots that are close to us, so we won't do that. We'll clear.
It showed Mountain Home before it showed Boise.
Clear.
Hit
No.
procedure.
Procedure.
Hit it again.
Procedure.
Hit it again.
Procedure. So let's,
Oh, you're just on the nearest chapter. Just go back to the map.
cursor. There we go.
Go back to nav. Now hit direct to.
Direct to. All right, so now that we have our GPS back, are we throwing this to the wind?
No, not at all. This is just supplemental information.
Roger. Well, and in the process of tinkering with our GPS, we got, I don't know, 45 degrees off our heading.
Yeah, can't do that.
Co-pilot.
Plus or minus,
My
plus or
iPad
minus 10
died.
degrees. I thought you were just re-intercepting your course because you started off flying that 097.
There you go. That's right, yeah. That's what I meant to say that's what I was doing.
That's what a good co-pilot does.
Comes up with a good reason why you were flying that way.
Captain's never wrong. He comes up with a justifiable reason for everything the captain does.
I don't know if I fit the bill.
Yeah, she might be the bus that you hear coming that she's gonna throw me under.
Yeah. Let's lean that out. I bet we can pick up a little bit of power. Lean it a little bit. Let's finish setting up this GPS. Oh, look, it's got a message. Let's hit that message button, see what it says.
Set course to 020.
082.
082. I don't know where I came up with 020. There's 082. All right,
Okay, hit
so
the message button
enter.
again.
Oh, message again.
There you go.
All right, and that is in fact on GPS, so
Yep.
we are right. And if we also set this one to 082. That needle should come in as well.
And it should be pretty close. Let's go ahead and not re-identify it though, since it's been a little while.
Okay. Maybe
the VOR's gone down or something.
And we are on COM 2, and we want to listen to nav 2.
OI.
I'm expected to learn Morse code too now, right?
Yeah. We have a test on that here tomorrow.
Great.
BOI.
Good thing we got Dave with us, otherwise I'd have to use the chart. How
you do it? You learn to just pick up a few letters.
Just the important ones.
Yeah.
Like your home airport.
Right.
So, interestingly enough, now we see a little bit of difference between the VOR and the GPS because we've got needles on opposing sides of us.
Yeah. Well, remember, the GPS is taking us to the airport reference point,
right,
which is somewhere right in the middle of the airport.
Right.
Whereas the VOR is taking us to the VOR.
All right, so there is the tip of Lake Lowell, and 49, so we're a little late there. And 56 to start our descent when we cross Nampa, and 13 miles we said we were going to use about 7 minutes. So that is going to put us at 03. So you're going to have to be ready to get out of here quick.
Yeah.
So we can debrief on the way back.
Yeah, you're doing really good. You know, your altitudes and headings have kind of wandered from time to time.
Yeah.
So we'll want to really try to dial those in for the next flight.
Okay.
You know, we can't let little distractions like playing with our charts and navlogs and flight computers and stuff distract us from flying the plane first.
Roger.
You know. Other than that, I mean, it seems like all our times and everything worked out really well. Of course, I think with having no wind, really, it
makes it a little easier to calculate.
Easier for this first one. So hopefully our next trip to Sun Valley will be a little more challenging.
Yeah.
So for that trip to Sun Valley too, you're not going to be able just to draw a straight line from Boise to Sun Valley. You're going to have to choose a course that's going to keep us over hospitable terrain. We'll go to Sun Valley, then down to Burley, and back. So even the trip from Burley back to Boise, you can do it direct, but there's still pretty, well, that big mountain way up over there.
Right.
You have to go right over the tip of that peak if you go a direct straight line from Boise to Burley.
Right.
Hopefully today was enough of a crash course of putting together the navlog and stuff that maybe now you kind of have a idea. And I think it's chapter 10 in your Jefferson book too. If you go back and review that, that's got a lot of good information on what you're doing.
Okay, so now is probably a decent time to switch back. And we've got time, so we can go ahead and pick up ATIS. So 123.9er.
Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 8. Dew point -12. Altimeter 3017. Visual approach is in use. Landing and departing runway 10 left, 10 right. Notices to airmen. The intersection of Foxtrot, Kilo, and Juliet is restricted to aircraft with wingspan 79 feet or less. ILS runway 28 right not available. Advise on initial contact. You have information Lima. For the air terminal arrival / departure information Lima 22530. Wind 170 at 6. Visibility 10. Sky clear.
All right.
Trying to figure out how you're going to report your position.
No, actually, I wasn't worried about it quite yet. I'm more focused on that right at the moment, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to call them first. So, 15 miles to the west?
Yeah, just look at your bottom of the heading indicator. Yeah, west. So.
Boise approach, Cessna 61870, 15 miles to the west, inbound, full stop, parking north side.
Cessna 61870, Boise approach, good afternoon, Squawk 0305.
Squawk 0305, good afternoon, 870. Do you recognize Andy, babe?
Yeah.
Potential aircraft information, Mike, current at Boise, wind 15010, Boise altimeter 3016.
On that initial call, I would have included at 5,500
with information
Lima.
Roger.
What airport is this?
Nampa.
Nampa.
Oh.
Are we? Yeah, we're almost there.
We're going to start our descent where? Just before or just after?
Nampa. We made them one and the same.
Cessna 870, radar contact a mile northwest of the Nampa Airport. Say altitude, Boise altimeter 3016.
Altitude 5,500, 870.
Cessna 870, maintain maximum forward speed. Make straight into runway 10 right. Tower will know where you're parking.
Maximum forward speed for 10 right, 870.
Woohoo!
Got 5630, reduce
Just
speed.
keep it at 2,500 RPM.
Descend and maintain
And
7,000.
we'll just pitch to try to go as fast as we can. If the going gets bumpy though, we'll have to slow it down, just let them know that we're unable. Turbulence.
Okay. So 555 was actual. Oh yeah, I screwed this part up. 55.
Andy must know that I'm in a hurry to watch The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Cessna 870, resume normal speed. Turn left heading 360 vector sequence.
360.
Resume normal speed, turn left 360, 870.
Sky was 5630, turn right heading 010 vector for close in
I
right
guess
face.
we just weren't fast enough.
Nope.
Does that mean there's someone coming in behind us?
In front of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're faster, so we can't beat them.
So they turn us basically perpendicular.
870, expect runway 10 left. You'll be number 2 following a regional jet coming in from the south.
Expecting 10 left, 870.
So they turn us basically perpendicular to the airport here, so that we're not getting closer. That's how they space us out.
Gotcha.
That was blocked. Sky was 5630, descend and maintain 5,000. Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee, Boise approach. Information, Mike, current Boise altimeter 3015. Descend pilot discretion, maintain 10,000.
Hey, 3015, pilot discretion 10,000, Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee.
Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee, north or south?
We're going to be south side tonight.
Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee, expect runway 10 right.
Roger that, 10 right, Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee.
Sky's 5630, still at the field in sight. Sky's 5630, clear visual approach, runway 10 left.
All that time flying around out there, the radio's so quiet, you forget that there's other people.
Yeah.
Get back on Boise's frequency and God, there's people everywhere.
Sky's 5630, contact Boise Tower 118.1. Thanks for your help. Cessna 870, turn right heading 030.
Right, 030, 870.
Cessna 870, resume on navigation straight into runway 10 left.
Resume on nav, straight in 10 left, 870.
Is that you, Nick?
Affirmative, Andy, 870.
How you doing?
Doing good, you?
Great. Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee, descend and maintain 5,000.
Down to 5,000, Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee, we've got the field in sight.
Medevac 8 Romeo Yankee, expect visual approach closer in.
Roger that, 8 Romeo Yankee, down to 5,000.
Cessna 870, traffic 2 miles south of the final in a base turn for runway 10 left, 4,700 descending a regional jet.
We'll be looking for traffic, 870. Traffic in sight, 870.
Cessna 870, follow the regional jet, caution wake turbulence, contact Boise Tower 118.1.
Follow the regional, contact tower 118.1, 870. Boise Tower, Cessna 870 with you for 10 left.
Cessna 870, Boise Tower, runway 10 left, clear to land number 2, traffic regional jet 3 mile final, caution wake turbulence.
Clear to land 10 left, number 2, traffic in sight, 870.
Cessna 870, cancel your landing clearance. Runway 10 left, continue traffic behind in position of Boeing 737.
Cancel landing clearance, 10 left, continue, 870.
Have you got that one before?
No, just fly over the runway, right?
No. They'll give us our landing clearance back before we get there.
Roger.
They're wanting to line this other plane up to get them in position to take off as soon as you can, but we're too close in for them to give them that clearance if we have a clearance to land.
Roger.
Cancel our clearance to land. Now he can take the runway to take off, and as soon as he rolls, they'll give us our landing clearance back.
Got it. So it's all legality.
Yes.
I can't remember, Chelsea, is approach on, or maybe you know as well, is the approach on the same floor as tower, or is it on the second floor?
I have no idea. I have not yet visited the facilities.
63 Boise Tower, Romeo 10 left, line up and wait, traffic is Cessna 6 mile final.
Line boy 10 left, Southwest 763.
So I said we're on a 6 mile final.
Yeah.
Good, just to try to get that visual, what 6 miles looks like.
Sure.
Sky Fit 630, turn left at Delta, kind of ground point.
Like we were flying into Homedale, and you were kind of taking that wag at it.
Yeah.
Southwest 763, Romeo 10 left, clear for takeoff.
Left takeoff 10 left, Southwest 763.
All right, we're the next call. Or not. I expected the landing clearance as soon as they gave him the clear.
Yeah. The airborne yet? There he goes.
Yep.
Cessna 870, Romeo 10 left, line up, or correction, Romeo 10 left, clear to land, caution wake turbulence from the Boeing just departed.
10 left, clear to land, 870.
Southwest 763, connect departure to you.
Switch Southwest 763.
All right, wake turbulence. We're landing behind a big heavy that just took off in front of us.
Right.
What do we do?
We're going to touch down before he took off, before he started generating lift.
Okay. Did you see where that was?
I was well down the runway.
Yeah.
I couldn't see exactly where it was,
Yeah.
but I was keeping an eye on him, and he was way down there.
As long as we lane cleared our end and get off the Gulf, we'll be fine.
All right, so carb heat on, 1001, 1002, 1003. There's 80.
Good afternoon, Boise Tower, Medevac 8, Roman Yankees with you, visual approach 10 right.
Left 8, Roman Yankee, Boise Tower, 10 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 10 right, Medevac 8, Roman Yankee, thank you, sir.
Reminder.
Sure.
Feels like we're just crawling.
Yeah, I know. We are. There's cars that are blowing by us on the freeway.
Yeah.
Boise Tower, St. Luke's 1. Be departing St. Al's, heading into Aviation Air Center at the airport. St. 1, departure, arrival, beach on rescues, caution, wind 1205. St. Luke's 1, roger.
Well, that was a little bit bigger than I anticipated.
Hey, you get used to landing at a couple tiny little airports like we did, and you come back to a great big one like this.
Yeah.
The tendency is to flare high.
Turn left to Golf, kind of ground point 7, see you.
Left at Golf, going to ground, C 870. And do we call fly watch first, or?
No, let's call ground first.
Right.
Hey, from runway
Once we're on the
right,
ramp, off the
Romeo
movement area,
Yankee.
then we can call.
Thank you, sir.
Boise ground, Cessna 870, clear of 10 left for the North Shade hangar.
Cessna 870, Boise ground. Cross Alpha, taxi to parking.
Cross Alpha, taxi to parking, 870. Yeah, I was excited. I'm like, all right, the stall warning horn. And then it's like, wait, that's on for way too long.
Boom. Yeah. All right, now you can switch to Boise radio. Same procedure for calling them up.
Right. Boise radio, Cessna 870, transmitting and receiving on 122.2.
You'll have to give them your full call sign this time when you after your answers.
Roger.
Number 870, Boise radio.
Yeah, we'd like to go ahead and close our flight plan, and the full call sign is 61870.
Cessna 61870, roger, flight plan is closed.
Thanks, 870.
All right, how easy was that?
Not too shabby. All right, so I would say probably 2 minutes ago, so 06 was actual. This got all screwed up just because of the way we,
Yeah.
I think the way we group some stuff. All right. RP'd off, landing light, flaps up, transponder to stamp. Goes off.